The drone sweeps over the turquoise lagoon of Bora Bora as the sun kisses the horizon. Inside the bungalow, the rhythmic scrape of steel on stone cuts through the ocean breeze. This is not merely preparing food. It is a 1,000-year legacy sharpened to a fine edge. He turns to the cutting board, where a fresh fillet of tuna lies waiting. The flesh is a deep, vibrant ruby. He slices it into precise, uniform cubes, then reaches for a lime. A sharp squeeze sends juice cascading over the fish. The reaction is immediate. The ruby red flesh begins to pale, shifting into a delicate, opaque pink as the acid works its transformation. He cracks a coconut with a heavy strike of his machete, pouring the fresh, white milk over the citrus-cured tuna. Diced cucumbers, tomatoes, and onions fall into the bowl. A gentle toss brings it all together. The ocean and the land collide in a single, perfect bite. This is the first secret revealed, and the kitchen is only just beginning to wake up. The focus shifts from the cool, citrus-bright bowl to the intense heat of the open hearth. A heavy cast iron pot sits center stage, already humming with the sound of rendered fat. Thick, marbled chunks of pork belly hit the hot metal, and the kitchen fills with the sharp, savory snap of searing meat. The chef watches the edges turn golden and crisp, the fat liquefying into a rich, shimmering base. He adds red beans, their dark skins darkening further in the juices. Then comes the surprise: raw macaroni. Tossed into the pot to drink up the seasoned broth as it forms, he stirs in chopped cabbage, the leaves wilting instantly against the heat. A splash of water, a quick toss, and the heavy lid drops into place. The violent hiss of the stovetop settles into a low, steady bubble. Hours of patience begin now, as the pork softens and the pasta swells with the essence of the island's Sunday tradition. This is not a quick bite. It is a meal meant for a table full of people, a slow-building legacy of comfort that demands time to reach its peak. The warmth of the Sunday feast is replaced by a sudden, sharp shift in the air. The chef moves to the edge of the counter, clearing space for a heavy, sealed jar that has been kept away from the light. He twists the lid, and the kitchen atmosphere thickens instantly. This is fafaru. A bowl sits ready, filled with a milky, pungent brine distilled from fermented seawater and scraps of deep-sea catch. The chef lifts a fresh fillet of tuna, its surface smooth and clean. He holds it over the liquid for a heartbeat. The contrast between the clean fish and the dark, umami-rich funk of the brine creating a palpable tension. He drops the fish into the bowl. It sinks beneath the surface, disappearing to the opaque depths. This is not a dish for the faint of heart. It is a test of spirit and a direct challenge to the palate. The chef covers the bowl, sealing the process. He watches the surface of the liquid, knowing that the fermentation is already working, transforming the tuna into something intense, bold, and unapologetically wild. It is a secret kept by the tides, now laid bare as a dare for anyone brave enough to take the first bite. The sharp, challenging funk of the fermentation jar recedes, replaced by the warm, inviting scent of ginger and crushed garlic hitting a hot pan. The chef shifts his focus to poulet fafa, a dish that offers a gentle return to the heart of island cooking. He sears chicken thighs until the skin turns golden, the fat rendering into the aromatics. Then, the transformation begins. He takes handfuls of deep green taro leaves, tearing them into coarse strips before dropping them into the pot. They wilt instantly, turning dark and supple under the heat. He pours in a river of fresh, thick coconut milk, the white liquid swirling through the pan to coat the chicken and leaves in a rich, velvety embrace. The mixture bubbles slowly, the leaves softening until they dissolve into a silky, emerald-hued sauce that clings to every piece of meat. The sound is a soft, rhythmic simmer, a stark contrast to the earlier intensity. He ladles the finished stew over a mound of steaming white rice. The steam rises in thin, fragrant ribbons carrying notes of earth and cream. This is the soul of the island, served on a plate, providing a quiet, restorative peace that settles the senses and grounds the spirit. The final act is sweetness. The chef mashes ripe, fragrant bananas into a smooth, heavy pulp. He scrapes the tiny, aromatic seeds from a vanilla pod, folding them into the mash until the mixture is uniform and rich. He spreads the pulp into a dish and slides it into the oven. Heat works slowly, transforming the sugars until the surface turns deep, burnished gold. Outside, the sun begins its final descent, painting the turquoise lagoon in long, stretching shadows of violet and fire. The chef pulls the po from the heat. He takes a pitcher of warm, thick coconut cream and pours it over the slice, watching as it pools in the crevices of the golden fruit. The kitchen glows in the dying light. 5 dishes have emerged from this space. 1,000 years of island history now sit before you, condensed into textures, aromas, and tastes. The horizon is empty, the water is still, and the final decision rests entirely on your shoulders. The ingredients are waiting in your pantry, or the plane is waiting on the tarmac. Your time is up. Are you cooking or are you booking?